The number one mistake most people make is they just go and create a job for themselves. I have a bad experience working for the man or working in the PT mill. You know, patients are going to pay me $75 an hour, so let me just go create a job. Creating a job is better than the alternative, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Because you know why? Because creating a job means you're only helping one person at a time. A lot of times, creating a job means that when you retire, your business goes away. Creating a job means you're stuck in your job. When you want to go on vacation, you don't get paid. And you know what? For 15 years, my friends would say to me, but I don't have paid vacation. I can't take time off. And I'd say, well, why don't you just take an unpaid vacation? Yeah, I take unpaid vacation all the time. Well, you know what I figured out? I figured out how to take a paid vacation and own my own business. And that's what I want to share with you. Because my goal isn't just to help one person at a time. And your goal should be to help as many people as you possibly can. It's your ethical obligation to learn how to help more people than just the people sitting in front of you. So how do we do that? One, you have to figure out how do we stop trading time for money. You know, if I charge $75 an hour or $250 an hour and I'm treating patients, I'm still trading time for money. Trading time for money means I have to work more to earn more to pay off my student loans. But what I want to really be able to do is pay off my student loans and spend more time with my family and do the things that I love and treat patients when I want to treat patients. I had someone about a year ago send me a message. Say, Aaron, I need your help selling my practice. I want to pay you for some consulting to sell my business. And I said, okay, when are you leaving town? When are you selling your business? And she's like, oh, I'm leaving next week. I'm like, okay, do you have an email list of your patients? No. Do you have any automated systems where you know everyone, certain number of patients are coming in or anything? Like, no? Okay. I was like, you don't really have much to sell and you're leaving next week. I was like, we could get on a call and I can tell you what to do, but there was nothing to sell. Converse to that, I just did an interview last week for my podcast with Sarah Duvall. And Sarah was like, I built a business, a cash practice in Charleston, South Carolina. And she sold it after 5 years. I was like, wow, how'd you do that? What'd you sell? Well, you know what? She had a list of patients. She knew where her patients were coming in from. She had systems created, and she hired on someone else and sold it to them, and she still owned the building and rented the building to them. I was like, boom, that's how you do it. Because in order to stop trading time for money, you need to be able to and feel comfortable hiring other people and getting other people to do some of the work for you. And I know it probably feels really scary. Or you've tried it and had a bad experience. I remember I went to an MFR course, this has got to be 14, 15 years ago. I was talking to one of these guys there, this OT, and he's like, I used to have a business where I had 4 or 5 people working for me, but now I make more working for myself than when I had hired other people. So I'm not hiring other people. I heard that and I was like, oh, hiring other people is hard and it's dangerous and it's going to take more of my time. Well, hiring other people means I have other people doing work for me that either I don't want to do, they're better at, and I get to do things I love. And actually, most of the times they're better at it than I am. And then we get to help more people because that's the goal. It's not just helping one. Like, how do I help 25,000 people in Greensboro? How do I impact everyone here? I can't do it just treating one patient at a time, asking people to share the message. We have to go bigger. The biggest thing that most people struggle with is, well, how am I going to pay my student loans? How am I going to start a business? Oh, if I start a business, I'm going to struggle because I need to see 25 people a week. And I'm like, well, why did you choose that? Because I want to earn a certain amount. Well, they're only planning on charging a little bit. You see, all these little mistakes are coming in because we don't know what we're worth. We are told we're worth something else. We're told that people are going to object. So we have a low expectation and our goals are not nearly big enough. I've talked to people who's like, oh, my goal is to generate $4,000 a month or $5,000 a month from money. That's not a big goal. That's small. We're going to hit that really soon. To do all this, you really need a vision and plan. You need to know where you're going. Okay, where do I want to go? Who do I want to work with, and how many people do I want to impact? I think if you see like 25 people a week, and maybe you're going to work 48 weeks out of the year. Let me just pop up my calculator. 25 times 48. That's 1,200 visits. That's 1,200 visits a year. So, okay, maybe the average visit is 8. So that's 150 different people a year. Okay, we're going to multiply that by a 20-year career, and that's 3,000 people. A lot of those people are going to come back to you a second time. So 2,500 people, is that enough people to save from unnecessary surgery? There are 300,000 people that live here in Greensboro. My goal is much bigger than that. I want to impact 25,000. That's not even 10%. You know, I gotta impact more people than that. So for it to be satisfactory, and now I do the math, I'm like 25,000 people in the next 10 years. I mean, that's not even, I gotta do more. I mean, I want to reach half of Greensboro, 150,000 people in the next decade, to know that when they hurt, when they get tweaked, when they pull a muscle, do something, they know, oh, I gotta go to PT. I don't care if they come to LeBauer PT, then I gotta go see my PT. What do we know? We gotta know, okay, I gotta have a vision, I got a goal. How am I gonna get there? Well, I gotta bring on, what did I say, 3,000 people in 20 years? 30,000 people? I gotta have like 10 PTs seeing that? Is that enough? No. Time does not replenish. So what are you doing today, right now, to go towards your goals? You know, time is the most valuable commodity we have, so start judging things. And entrepreneurs start judging things in time and not how much it costs. To do this, you need a vision and a plan. Most importantly, you need to learn how to be efficient with your time. You gotta work on the important tasks. You gotta create a life and work opportunity where if things aren't that important, or you're not earning much money from them, you need to be having other people do it. If you've ever considered hiring staff and you haven't because it seems scary, let me know. Like, comment below. I want to know why you didn't do it. Or if you did, what went wrong. Because I think to solve a lot of the problems, like, look, I'm a good problem solver. That's what I do. I solve problems, but I don't just give you no problems, I give you good problems. It might not be the money. It might just be somewhere else in the system. Because there's always money for staff, because a good staff member, a good physical therapist, or admin assistant should more than pay for themselves. So when I first hired an administrative assistant, she saved me over an hour a day, and I was paying her, I think we started at $15 an hour, and over the year got up to $17. And for an 8-hour day, that was less than $150. So she saved me an hour, which is worth, at that time, was worth $150 an hour. And she cost me less than that.